Oh yeah, there's 3 weeks left in Knott's Scary Farm, and I'm here to give you my tips so you can get the most out of your night. Now the number one tip I have, if you want to get the most out of Knott's Scary Farm in one single night, you have to go on a Wednesday, a Thursday, or a Sunday. That's when the crowds are very low. You can get on the mazes multiple times. You can catch a show and enjoy the entertainment in the scare zones. But if you are coming on a Friday and Saturday, they are pretty packed. And I have 3 routes for you that you're gonna take so you can get to one of the newest mazes that you choose. Now, the first route we're gonna take is gonna take you to Chilling Chambers. The second route is gonna take you straight to Cinema Slasher. And the third route I'm gonna show you is gonna take you straight to Room 13. Let's start this video out. Now, when you first enter the gates to your visit on Scary Farm, you're gonna have 3 routes you can go. You can go this route toward Ghost Town if you would like to watch the opening ceremonies, and you'll be able to get to the front 4 mazes. But this area does get pretty crowded. I like to go the other 2 routes. Now, if we go this way, you're gonna be able to get to 2 other routes. The first route that I'm gonna show you is gonna take you straight to Chilling Chambers. Chilling Chambers is gonna be right here, and the rope is gonna be directly here. Now, if you are lining up here where the rope is gonna be, I'm gonna tell you, you're not gonna wanna line up over here because they don't let you through this way. They actually drop the rope over here. So my best suggestion is, if you're going this way to the Chilling Chambers, so make sure to stand to the left of this Snoopy waterfall structure because they dropped the rope right over here. We made the mistake opening day of standing over here, and we had to wait for the whole crowd to go over here. So don't make that mistake. As soon as the rope drops, you're going to want to go around this way. Chilling Chambers and the ropes are going to be over here. And you're going to make a U-turn as fast as your little feet can take you. And just like that, that's Route 1, folks. If you are here to do Chilling Chambers, that's the route that you're going to want to take. Now, if you decide you want to go on Cinema Slasher or Room 13, you're going to want to take this route right here. Now, here's another tip for you if you are coming on Fridays and Saturdays and you are able to come early, dude, between 5 and 6, because if you get here at 6:37, the traffic to get inside gets pretty backed up. Now, everything that I'm talking about right now on this route is pre-rope drop, so you can get to your mazes a lot quicker. Now, this area splits off in 2 sections. Now, we're gonna call this route 2 and that route number 3. You will have a rope right over here, pre-rope drop, cutting you off from going into Ghost Town, but we're going to route 2 right now. We're going through Forsaken Lake, and there would be another rope over here, and this is the quickest way for you to get a Cinema Slasher on a weekend for your first maze. Making our way through Forsaken Lake as fast as our little feet can go without running. And right over here where you see this structure to our left and this building to our right, we're gonna wanna make a right around this bend. This area is all foggy, and cross our fingers that these dead souls don't take us down below. Whew, well, we survived Forsaken Lake, and now we're gonna head into Fiesta Village for a short little bit of time, because here is Casa California, and we're gonna wanna go underneath this pillar. Head straight through this straightaway. We have to cross the train tracks, head past Supreme Scream on our right, and Dippin' Dots to our left, where you see this carnival clown. Hey, look at this clown. Has a pine cone. He's a pine cone in his mouth. Well, anyways, you're going to want to head out this way. The games are going to be left. A Boardwalk Barbecue is going to be on your right. And folks, we made it to Cinema Slasher. If this is your agenda for Friday or Saturday night for your first maze, Now let's check out the third route. Now for our very last route. This is if your agenda for your first maze is going to be room 13. One thing I will say is room 13 this year, out of all 3 of the new mazes, has the longest lines. The one that has the least lines that I've personally seen has been Chilling Chambers. My favorite maze out of all 3 of the new mazes is Cinema Slasher. When the rope drops here, don't make the mistake of heading down toward Ghost Town, because they're also dropping ropes over there. And these 2 forks right here in Ghost Town can get pretty crazy at rope drop. So let's take an alternative route. You're gonna wanna take this way, dude. The secret average dad route. It's not really secret, but it is the back of Bottle House. We do have the stagecoach area to our right and the restrooms to our front. When we get to this fork, I don't go this way. I choose to go left. But in all honesty, it doesn't really matter if you do go left or right at that fork, because it dumps us in the same area on this part of Ghost Town. Now we're gonna wanna cross the train tracks once again and pass Carnival de Grotesque on our left. Don't forget to take a picture at the pumpkin fountain and then make your way this way. And don't forget to say hi to Grandma. Hi, Grandma. As we make our way toward room 13, if this was not Scary Farm, we are in the Goring 20s. Another tip I have for you is spend some time in some of these scare zones, especially the Goring 20s, man. They have a real good theme here. They have dancing, they have a storyline. This is a really great area if you do want to get immersed when you're here and not Scary Farm. On our right is going to be the newsstand. Don't trust the newsies. I got pickpocketed the other night. Not really, though. Prop Shop Pizzeria is going to be on our left. And we've made it to Memory Lane, where the entrance for room 13 will be right here. Those are my personal 3 routes that I take to get to one of those 3 new mazes the quickest. Now, time for some more Not Scary Farm tips. Now, if you can't afford it and there is still room available, I highly recommend checking out the buffet, especially if it is available on the weekends. Not only do you get a buffet, you get a souvenir cup that you can refill for the whole night. Plus, you get in 30 minutes early to the front 4 mazes, which helps you get a jump on your night. Now, a solid plan that I feel that you can follow if you are going on the weekends, come in at road drop. Like I said before, traffic does get pretty backed up outside. If you haven't seen my prior video showing it, check that video out. But get here around 5 and 6 o'clock for rope drop. Try to hit all 3 of the new mazes. Like I said, room 13 does get the busiest one. After you get done with all 3 of those mazes, if you have been on the old mazes, go ahead, check out the scare zones, maybe enjoy a show, because later on in the night, I'm talking about like the last 2 hours, maybe 1 hour, Not Scary Farm becomes dead, dude. And these mazes, the front 4 mazes, if you did skip those and decided to go on the first 3 new mazes, dude, those mazes, maybe 15, 10 minutes, 5 minutes tops, dude. Bloodline sometimes gets to a 0-minute wait, a walk-on. So I highly advise, don't worry about the old mazes. I mean, if you haven't been on the old mazes and you want to go on them, maybe check it out. But I advise to definitely hit up the new mazes first, because they get the most packed out of all of them, I believe. Well, on second thought, the Grimoire does get pretty packed out too, especially on busy nights. My boy, Crash Zero, the other night showed like a 150-minute wait. That's crazy. Now, earlier, as we were going through the Goring 20s, I was letting you guys know to stop and interact within the scare zones. Definitely do that. Carnival, those clowns are funny. But the Gauntlet, bro, the Gauntlet is really cool. You talk to certain people, maybe get some gems, maybe get some shillings, and the storyline in the Gauntlet is really deep. 2 other things to keep in mind. I believe this is Forsaken Lakes last year, man. Or that's what I've heard. I'm not too quite sure on that. Comment down below if you do know. Is it Forsaken Lakes last year? If it is, you definitely have to go over there and check out the procession. I'm not quite too sure what time the procession is, but it's one thing you're not gonna wanna miss. Another thing you're not gonna wanna miss, in the Gauntlet, they have a slider show. I personally have not seen the slider show yet. I can't make it to that time. It is pretty late. I am pretty old. I'm asleep at that time. But this week I'm gonna make it out there because I'm gonna drink some coffee or something to keep me up. Not sure what time the slider show starts. If you know or have any information on what time the slider show starts or the procession or any of the shows in the Goring 20s, go ahead and comment down below the times that people want to be in those areas to check that out, because you're not going to want to miss those out. Now the next one is not a tip, it's more of like a haunt 101. Don't mess with the scare actors, dude. They're here to entertain you. Leave them alone. Let them do what they do. You're paying to have fun. You're not here to mess with the scare actors. Just leave them alone. Now, those are my personal tips to help you get the most out of your night for the last 3 remaining weeks of Knott's Scary Farm. Now, I cannot reiterate the most. If you are looking to get the most out of your night, I'm talking about going down every single maze multiple times, catching a show, and enjoying the scare zones Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday, dude. I'm telling you, most people go on Fridays and Saturdays because those are the days that everybody's off, man. Pretty much on the weekends. People usually work 9 to 5s. Now, if you have been to Knott's Scary Farm and you have some tips that you would like to leave in the comments down below to help people out that have not been to Knott's Scary Farm get the best of the day, go ahead and comment all your tips down below. That's gonna be it for this video. If you learned something or enjoyed it, go ahead and give it a big like. If you haven't subscribed, go down below and subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you taking time out of your day, and I will catch you next video. Deuces.